everybody, welcome to Brick Vault. My name is Jack and today is another LEGO Weekly News update. Now we're going to start off by showing you guys the images for the new LEGO Ghostbusters set, and this is the set that's based on the new Ghostbusters movie. So if you don't want any spoilers for this movie, please skip ahead in the video right now because I'm going to be showing you the pictures in about 3, 2, 1, go. Included is the Ecto 1 and Ecto 2, that's the motorcycle, and you can see we have 5 Ghostbusters. And in true Ghostbusters fashion, it also comes with a ton of weird gizmos and gadgets. And this is a closer look at the strange demon-like creature. I don't know how much this really looks like a ghost, but then again, there were some very odd-looking ghosts in the original movies as well. The Ecto 1 looks really great. It's got a lot of nice detailing and it doesn't look very similar to the LEGO Ideas Ecto 1. But there's one more image here that shows a slight bit of spoiling, not too much. The alternate face for Kevin shows his red glowing eyes. So you can probably guess that he becomes possessed at some point or another. It's not really much of a spoiler. I'm sure there will be a lot more stuff revealed in the actual trailers when they come out. Now, some of those Star Wars Winter Wave sets that we were looking forward to weren't actually released in quite a few countries. LEGO has announced, according to azcentral.com at least, that they will be released in March, so we can look forward to that. Now, there's a little bit more information on new Star Wars sets that will be coming out in the future. It has to do with Rogue One. It's not much information, it's just some more stuff that came out from the Nuremberg Toy Fair, and that announcement basically is that we have the set numbers. But with that, we know we're going to be getting 5 sets plus 3 buildable figure sets. Also in this picture, you can see an outline of Slave 1 under the Rogue One circle. So who knows, maybe we'll be getting a Slave 1. I can't imagine Disney not taking advantage of putting Boba Fett into a Star Wars movie, and subsequently LEGO wanting to put Boba Fett into a Star Wars movie set. In other LEGO Star Wars news, we have a release date for the new LEGO Star Wars Force Awakens video game. It's coming out June 28th, and I believe it will be for Xbox and PS4. Now there are some new LEGO Deadpool sets coming out there based on the new movie, and if you don't want this to be spoiled for you, I suggest that you also skip ahead. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds sent out a somewhat annoyed tweet at Fox because they released these sets at a toy fair, presumably without his permission. But I'm going to be showing these sets to you in 3, 2, 1, go. This first set here is from the collection Farm and Country and is called Deadpool, Hot Dogs, Moose, and Owl. You can see a nice little cabin in the woods here with a moose and owl and of course hot dogs. So we can guess this movie's got a bit of a nature theme going on to it. And this second set here is from the collection Movie Spoilers and is called Deadpool Space Squid Shark Balloon Battle. We can see Deadpool having a sword fight with an astronaut while riding a unicorn in the stratosphere. And our motorcycle riding shark seems to be fighting a squid as well. But I have no idea what that guy in the tire is doing. Now this is obviously a joke. The promoters are doing a really good job trying to sell this Deadpool movie. If there was an award that you could win for promoting your movie, they would totally win. It's in perfect sort of style and fashion of the Deadpool series. Now we're gonna get on with other LEGO news. Now let's move on to the LEGO Ideas segment really quick. If you don't know what that is, it is a website, LEGO Ideas, where you submit your own LEGO creation in hopes to having it become an official LEGO set, and you would even get a cut of that. Now there were no sets that reached 10,000 votes this week, which means they're not in the review stage now, but there is a little bit of information on one of the already approved sets and when that's going to be released. Now there's some information posted on the brickfan.com and Just Too Good that this awesome Labyrinth Marble Maze set will be released sometime in April. It's very clever and also customizable. If you haven't already seen this on the LEGO Ideas website, I suggest checking it out. It looks really cool. And I guess we'll use this time to also selflessly promote our LEGO Ideas set here from Brick Vault, and that is the Mini AT-AT that my brother designed. It's already built to scale with the Mini AT-ST and Mini Snowspeeder. We've already done a video on this, but if you want to check that out, we will leave a link for that, as well as a link to check out the submission on LEGO Ideas. And as always, there are links for everything that we were talking about and more at the bottom. Now there's one more piece of information, I almost forgot to include it. It also came from the Nuremberg Toy Fair, and it's also about Star Wars. It's about the new LEGO Star Wars show. It's called the Free Maker Adventures, and it will be airing in August. So far there are 2 sets based on this show, Eclipse Fighter and Star Scavenger, but undoubtedly there will be plenty more of these extended universe sets in the future. So that's it for LEGO news. Now let's move on to creations. See, every single day people are constantly creating really cool things out of LEGO, and we're going to take a look at a handful of our favorites that came out this last week. First up here is Steampunk Mech by Moko. Now I don't normally gravitate towards the steampunk style in general, but I could not ignore this build. Now it's got all of the stylistic choices that you would expect from a steampunk build, and this means brass and gears and wood, but this build here simply just does it the best. It's very creative, looks really cool, and they even made a bunch of custom minifigs to go along with it. And I guess I like steampunk now because this stuff is awesome. And here we have a couple of new figures from the very distinct style of L'Étranger Absurde. First here is Michael Jackson. How he got him in that stance, I'm not really sure. I think one of the feet is attached to the base there, but I really like that vine piece for the hair. And this other one, Assassin, kind of a funny looking character, but it definitely shows a lot of personality. And it's a very good use of those Mixel eyes. Now this here is a truly grand build. It is Union Pacific EMD SD70 Ace Locomotive by Dennis G from Bricks on Wheels. This thing here is massive, insanely detailed, built to a T, and can you guess how many pieces? According to the description on Flickr, it is 27,000 pieces and it took 4 months to build. All the print detailing is custom made, and this thing lights up. It is an awesome creation, and one of those builds where you just constantly notice new details every time you look at it. Now this build is also great, but very minimal in comparison to the last. This is Eggsy by Midas Touch. As you can see, it probably didn't take a huge amount of parts to create this build, but it looks really great. And how often do you get to see an action moment like this built out of Lego? It's a great freeze frame of an egg yolk cracking out of the shell. And our last build of the week here is Pegasus by Leah T. This is a very creative sci-fi vehicle. I really like the use of minifig hands strewn about in the front, and the way the cockpit attaches to this giant treaded wheel. It's both out there and a bit strange, but built in a way that looks somewhat believable. So that's it for this episode. Tune in same time next week for another LEGO Weekly News update. And if you guys want to get any of this information earlier, you can always check us out on Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time at Brickfall.